Hello and welcome back. My name is Olivia Monroe and you're watching Olivia Monroe. This week we are going to be talking about Comic-Con. It's one of the most important events for nerds. I've attended 3 of them myself in 2017, 2019, and 2022, but I haven't gone to one since. And the reason for that is because I had already worn all of my showstoppers, all of my good cosplays, and I didn't want to have to re-wear one because, I already got the fun of wearing it once. And I know that sounds highly consumerist of me. I do wear them, but what's the fun in going as the same person 2 years in a row? It's like Halloween. This year, I was invited by a friend of mine to attend as Rainbow Dash from hit series My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Now, I feel like most people know what Rainbow Dash looks like, but in case you don't, that's what she looks like. It's a horse. I feel like I should mention she is a pony. Now, Rainbow Dash is kind of a fan favorite. If you've heard of the Rainbow Dash jar, then you might know why I'm a little bit reluctant to wear her to a Comic-Con. But I decided, hey, you know what? I am 19 now. I can defend myself. Let's do it. So, because of that, I'm going as Rainbow Dash. Now, I'm no stranger to cosplaying Rainbow Dash. I've been cosplaying her since 2021. Put up the picture. But I don't think that my cosplays ever held a flame to the characters such as Starlight Illusion or Dina Wannabe. And I'll put both of their links in the description, as always. I think I know why, and it's because the one thing that I was always missing from the cosplay was the one singular thing that, if you watch the show, was the reason that every other pony got their cutie marks. Her wings. So I went on Amazon and I looked up light blue cosplay wings, but I wasn't satisfied because they were all so boring. They were all one shade, they had no texture, none of that. And Rainbow Dash has such a big personality, I thought, she should deserve some big ass wings. And then I got an idea.
Man, I really wonder how I'm gonna make these wings.
Hey Olivia.
Oh, hey.
It's your subconscious here, just reminding you you're a literal engineer, you can make them yourself.
And so it began. And you might be wondering, hey, how come you decided to spend $100 on making the things yourself instead of just modifying $30 ones off of Amazon? Oh, I don't know, maybe because I'm not a basic bitch? The ones on Amazon didn't even have feathers. Mine got feathers up the wazoo. Try that on for size. You couldn't take flight? Flightless bird? No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted them to move. And that's right, these babies are fully articulated. So what did I do? I bought $3,000 worth of brushless motors and enrolled in an electronics class at my local community college. Kidding. I am taking an electronics class, which I did pass, by the way. But that's not, it wasn't because of the wings. Moving on, in hindsight, I definitely should have looked a little bit harder on Amazon because they sell bonings that do the exact thing that I've spent nearly 2 months trying to get together. But I don't care. It's too late.
I'm back from the articulateness. No way you put something on my screen in the background.
You can see it in the background. It's too late. Comic-Con is this weekend. Let's talk about other things that I wanted my wings to have that I noticed none of them really had. I wanted them to move like a real bird's. The main goal of it was that I wouldn't have to physically hold on to the wings to open and close them, and I could just do it with a string and maybe pulleys? Oh, I don't know, maybe pulleys? There are going to be many a booth at this convention, and I want to be able to look at things without smacking people with the wings, which I think is going to happen anyways. Therefore, it uses the leverage of this piece right here to open up the wings. When I lift my arm, in theory, its wing will also open. And I did make them mechanical instead of electric on purpose, simply because I think whatever I were to solder together would immolate the second I put 3 pounds of feathers on it, and if the electronics were to fail, I would have no way to fix it without a soldering iron, which you cannot take into a convention center. And fuck a breadboard, I hate those things. I'd rather die than use a breadboard and have it strapped to my body. The next part I was really anal about was making sure that they actually look like wings. A lot of wings you'll see are very flat and two-dimensional, and even if they do, it's in one direction and back again. You know how birds stuff themselves in their wings? I wanted to do something like that. It didn't end up working, but mine aren't totally planar anyways. I had no clue how that was going to work, but my hopes of the wood being just flexible enough to do that was correct. And yes, you did hear that correctly. These bad boys are made out of 5/8 round pine stock from my nearest Michaels. Love you, Michaels. I visited you 30 separate times trying to make these things. And accounting for the fact that I'm going to be using 4 of these for each wings, and they weigh approximately half a pound per dowel, that brings our total weight to 2 pounds per wing. That's not bad. Will my back be sore by the end of the convention? Now, after the actual wing boning, I realized that they were a lot more 3D than first thought. This would have been fine if the wire locks I was using weren't pulling themselves out of the holes every time I open and close the wings. What would be making the wings pull themselves out? Their own weight, right?
I didn't know that I was going to be making this video until a couple days ago at work. So, they're already made, they're already functional, they're just not, you know, on my back yet. So I'm gonna cut off these parts. I don't know how well you can see, because I marked it out with yellow.
So I sawed off the excess on each wing and tried again. This fixed the problem, but the joints were also now really unbalanced because each bone weighed a different amount. As much as I liked the 3D look, I really needed to think about the longevity of them. These things were going to get opened and closed about 1,000 times in the 30 hours that I'm going to be wearing them. I need the joints to hold up. So I went to my local Ace Hardware.
I just went to the hardware store and bought some nuts and bolts. And I got 18 total, because I got 9 of each just in case one of them snapped. And that ran me $4.67.
And when I got home, I realized that the rotational opening and closing of the joints, going like this, it would rotate it, that was unscrewing the nuts. So I went back to my local Ace Hardware and I got 8 more locking nuts. After I swapped out the wire locks for nuts and bolts, I did notice that they went from being kind of curved to extremely flat, which is... Cat just fell off my chair. After I got the wings themselves sorted out, I needed to figure out how in the world they were going to attach to myself. In the original sketch, I had thought about a polycarbonate or maybe even like a sheet metal backplate that would, you know, securely hold them. Well, I don't know if you know this. Polycarbonate is really, really expensive. So I went to my local Michael's and I got myself a sheet of 12 by 16 acrylic that's 1/8 of an inch thick, and since acrylic is a thermoplastic, if you heat it up, you can reshape it. And I threw that puppy in my oven and had my poor boyfriend push 450-degree plastic directly onto my back. Do not do this at home. I got really bad burns. Roll tape. From there, I needed something to actually hold the round stock onto my back. So I went to my local Ace and I bought 4 hose clamps, and then I had to endure the arduous process of drilling out slots in an acrylic plastic using only a nail drill because my other drill was too thick at the head to wean a slot into there. And then once I was finished, I threw the wings in there and tested out how they sat, and it was perfect!
I forgot it's only attached to one point.
And then from there, I attached the straps. I wanted the pulleys. And does it seem like I'm going fast? Because that's for a reason. No, they fucking snapped the first time I tried them on. Right after this video was taken, they snapped. And every time I walked around, I heard this. Oh. Okay, well, that was supposed to be a demonstration, but, if that doesn't show you something, I just broke that with my thumb. And this caused me to really contemplate things. I sat there and I said, I've been spending about 2 months on these wings, and it's cost me so much money. And now, the one thing that actually attaches the wings to myself is broken. Is it even worth it? Do I just go without the wings? Do I cut my losses now? No. I don't. I go on Amazon and I buy a $45 piece of polycarbonate. That is actually what I wanted to use in the first place, but I didn't have the balls to buy it until now. And that arrived on Monday. Was a 1/4 inch thick, probably a little overkill. Yes. Was I going to take any chances? No. And it struck me with a concerning amount of dread that I had to melt it and put it on my back again. But this time I got it on video.
Alright, we're trying it. What is it, 212, Brandon? 220? I feel like it's like fully melted. I love it when it's hot and heavy. Ow! Get to do your job.
Alright.
How's that looking?
Take a look.
Hey, that looks a lot better.
Was it supposed to be that bubbly post taking it out? No. You're supposed to put it in an oven at low heat for like 4 or 5 hours to let it evaporate all the water out, but I am impatient, so it's probably fine. And after that, it was like the inventor side of myself was born again. I was drilling, I was sanding, I was screwing screws. A majority of that I did not record because it was the exact same thing as last time, and that just, you don't gotta watch the same thing twice. Although I did notice that the polycarbonate felt a lot less fragile overall, and I didn't have to be as careful with it. It didn't wax or wane every time I, put weight on it, or if I rested my arm on it, it didn't bend. So that's probably a good sign. It looks the exact same, just a little bit thicker. And it doesn't cling to my back as bad as the other one did because polycarbonate cools really quickly and we couldn't get it formed right that fast. But the good news about that is that I can fluff it up and stuff it with like stuffing and fleece so that I'm not walking around with hard plastic and screws digging into my back. Now it's time to look back at the wings. You may have seen before that they had a good amount of feathers on them, but you can see the boning through them. So I'm using the rest of my 2 kilograms of feathers that I bought. So after that, I put together the rest of the outfit and realized that this is going to suck when I have to wear it in freezing fucking cold weather in the middle of November. This video is going to come out after the fact, but I need to make it known to you that it is going to be 20 degrees and I have to walk 6 blocks. All in all, the struggle made it more worth it, and I think this is the proudest that I've ever been with a single cosplay. It definitely drained me, but I know how to make wings now, so I can do other flighted characters like Twilight, Mercy from Overwatch. Anyways, here's some clips from Comic-Con so you can see them in action and junk. Hey guys, it's Editor Olivia here. These are all the pictures and videos that I took at Comic-Con, and everyone's face who I didn't ask permission to have in the video is blurred out, except for the people that I went with, because I did ask their permission. And yeah. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, in which I will motorize the wings and take flight with them, and I will fly to a country that is not America. Okay, bye.